Hey humans, this is Jeriel. If you didn't know, yeah, I'm here today. I gotta say, I had a very tough weekend. Well, I think that it was pretty much tough for me when March was ending. The 2 last weeks to close off March, I was feeling very depressed, and I soon find out why I was depressed in the next month. April, at the starting of April, it was a little calm, and then I started getting back depressed. I've been out for 4 days, just started getting better, but then I started feeling bad again. But that was due to close family of mine passing away. May her soul sleep in paradise. And today, well, I would want to touch on a topic, but I don't know how should I title this one, but I think that to certain knowledge of certain of us is that we think that all of us are supposed to get married, have kids, make kids, live a happy life. And I feel that everybody would love that if it was like that. But to me, I feel like all of us, our journey is not the same. Some of us were meant to get married, divorce, which doesn't sound really nice, but it's life. It's what happens when some of us fall in love. Some people say they don't fall in love, they grow in love. Whatever the case might be, I feel like to the older folks that they believe in this marriage or this union, common law husband and wife. I've seen and heard about a lot of common law husband and wife, and they have lasted longer than a lot of people that got married. And I feel sometimes that's due to certain people has a lot of pressure and a lot of expectation from other people, and some people are getting married only to show people that hey, I'm married, but really and truly they don't really feel the same way about the person. It's just like for a game stuff, for fame, for title, just to show people that they did this, they did that, and we're forgetting the true meaning. So I was saying to myself that we all, certain older generation feel that because they were raised on certain principles like that, that we should all, yeah, you get older, you find yourself a good job, settle on your work, you make some money, you find yourself a handsome man, or you find yourself a suitable spouse, and then your bills, some of your bills together, and some had both of them sometimes have their own things happen so much, things, people are, we all are different, we all have our own personalities. So if you cannot find somebody that is compatible to you, most of the time the relationship don't work. You find certain people with people for like 10 to 15 years, they never got married, and then the minute they get married 2 years in or a year and a half in, they cannot see eye to eye anymore after staying for like 10 years before they get married. Some like 5, some even more than that. Some stay for 22 years, 30 years, and they're still together and they're not married. And they have kids. They have kids with that person they're living in the house with. They have kids outside before they was with that person, or they have kids while they was with that person. And our the older generation, some of them been grow on the principle and grow on the family telling them that, or family showing them. They had examples some of them had examples that the uncles, the aunts, the mom got married to the dad, and they only separated because one died, one passed away. So they passed away after how many years? Making, being married for 22 years. The husband died. They have 3 kids or 2 kids with her husband, and then she was like maybe, let's say like she was like 45 years old when her husband died, because they be together when they were very young, like teenagers when they was at school, and then they got married in the early 20s, and they stayed all the time together. And when they was like 45 years old, she lose her husband, or he lose his wife, and then they move on with somebody else. But some don't, some women don't, they stay after that and they never look for anybody because they had already made kids. So it's like sometimes we feel like everybody's supposed to be married and have wife and kids, but really and truly, all of us are not meant for wife and kids. Some of us was just placed here to help certain individual with their life, and these individuals sometimes go ahead and have kids, and sometimes you never have one and you want it. You never really got someone that really is compatible to you or understand you, because people be with people nowadays for all sorts of things. So y'all, what do y'all think? Because life is a surprising thing, and me, I don't like surprises, and I'm in life, and every day I see new things, and every day I hear, see and notice certain things, because I'm someone who likes to observe more than speak out more. But when I do have the chance to speak out, I try. I'm not really someone who speaks that much, but I am very sensitive about things because I'm very passionate about it. After all, I'm a Cancer. So, and I believe everybody is a sensitive creature, whether or not you have a sign of a Cancer. But I feel like life, you know, that is all part of life. And I did make a topic about life, and that could be as well a little piece of it. We all don't, some of us all think that we're supposed to settle down and have kids and all. Some people are meant to have kids and then don't have their husband or not wrong, or the wife or not wrong. And sometimes they're afraid to go back down that road again because it reminds them of how when things go so good, and it's just can just be taken away from you just like a snap of a finger like that. So like they say, that's life. That's what they say, but I feel like that's messed up. it, 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 it it's a heartbreaking thing when you see, you get to know a human being so close like that, and get to have a bond of a connection with that person, that if that person is around, like you don't know that person is around, like you go town, and whilst you're in town shopping, you don't know that you didn't know the person would have come, but whilst you're there shopping, you like can feel the presence of the person around. And when you about to go and check your groceries, you see that person is in the same store with you. When you have that type of connection with somebody, when they disappear from this earth, when they're gone, when they depart to the next phase and they're no longer there in body again, this is guys, you know the rest. It's This is one heck of a feeling empty inside. People are not sweet, huh? It's not. It is not sweet. It is sweet to love, they say. I've yet to feel that type of love. And I get scared and I don't attach myself to people. I think I got one experience with that. And I understand why certain people cannot eat for days, because they cannot. So we are all not meant to walk the same journey as everybody else, and some of us might have similar journeys to ours, but our destination, you know, is different. Yeah, guys, I just wanted to leave you with that since I'm still trying to process a heck of a week, a heck of a last month, and this month almost finishing the same. I haven't been able to sleep for days now. So I hope I could get a good night's sleep maybe tonight. But last night it was hell for me. I had this painful eyeball headache. And there is something running though, a flu, because that had me down for like 4 days. I'm still in the phase of flushing it out, but yes, people, I think the topic is we all are not meant to have a fairy tale life per se, from starting to ending. It might be fairy tale in the middle. Certain things that happen to us, certain things we accomplish, certain people we meet and stuff, they're all placed there for a reason. But some of us are not meant to have kids. Some of us are meant to have kids but never be the one to raise them. And there is a lot of things that I see happen, and I sometimes can understand some of it, but then sometimes I feel like it's not fair. But who am I to question God? Who am I to you know? So I just respect it and always believe that He knows what He's doing always. So there's a reason behind everything, as much as it might look bad, but or feel awful, or you feel like you cannot see the happy ending to it. Yeah. But for some, life is not a fairy tale. For some, it's not. And then who says that fairy tale doesn't have its bad ups and downs? As we can see, Alban Rapunzel and them did had bad things happen to them before they get the happy ending in the fairy tale. Cinderella, all these people, all the fairy tales that we know of, it always starts like, it starts bad sometimes, and then they get to go out of it. Sometimes it start good, and then and in the middle get bad, and then they got rescue, you know. So fairy tales is like ups and downs. Fairy tale is both bad and good, but is at the end. All of us have an ending. There's a beginning, so there is an end to certain things, but not. But when we leave this earth, I don't think it's the end of us anyway. We're just living this earth in the flesh. But I feel like some people think that everybody's supposed to have. We should have. Everybody should be happy. I feel like everybody should take a taste of happiness and love. Falling in love, being in love, you know, helping, being good, doing the best you can. But this word life, oh boy. Yes, guys. I leave you on that note. So I hope that today was a great and pleasant day for you all. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, people. There's other videos. Run up those videos, run up those like buttons, run up the comments, subscribe, and let's grow so you can get more content. Until then, with that note, I say until then, stay blessed, peace, and later.